Well, today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make these fun photo frame magnets. And it's really easy to do. It's really just a lot of doodling. So I'm working on a piece of black cardstock, and I've got these great bright colored pens that really show up well on dark cardstock. And I'm going to take my photo, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a loose sort of rectangle around the photo. No need for a ruler. It doesn't matter if it dips and bends. This is just supposed to be fun and easy. You can see how messy that is. And I'm just going to remove the photo, and then I'm going to kind of eyeball what size I think the photo sort of is, kind of, and I just draw a little square. Okay? It's as easy as that, and that's the basics of my frame. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to divide my frame into sections, and I just do that by cutting out the corners, which is another way of thinking about it, is as if you just continue this line all the way to the ends, and this line as well. Oop, and you can see I went in there, and you know what? I don't care, because there are no mistakes, just creative opportunities. And I'm going to use a whole bunch of different colors. So I'm going to come in with my yellow, and maybe I'll do some dots. And the secret to doodling is that a lot of anything looks really good. If you just do like 6 dots or 5 dots, it doesn't look like anything. But if you do 100 dots, it looks completely and totally amazing. So dots are an easy way to doodle. Another motif that a lot of people like are hearts. I'm a big heart person. And the thing that's great about hearts is that they nest in each other, just like that. You can see how that point goes right into the center of the heart. And I love these pens because the colors are just so intense, and you can see how they pop right off of that black cardstock. And actually, you know, I found out something interesting, which is fluorescent colors like this, they're used in warehouses because they can be seen in low light. And so actually, I think it would be really cool if your refrigerator was all decked out in these fluorescent colors, because then, you know, you get up in the middle of the night, you need a drink of water, and you can see your refrigerator absolutely clearly. So here you go. You can see that you can just keep layering and adding. And again, lots of anything, such as lots of hearts, looks great. And even a dark pen like this blue, I'm going to do some lines with it. You can see just how bright and crisp it is and how it just pops right off the page. Now, one of the tricks that a lot of people worry about is, how am I going to make it neat? How am I going to make it perfect? And the answer is, honestly, you're never going to. You just have to go with the flow, breathe in, breathe out, except that, you know, you're gonna go over things. You're gonna make it so that there's little tiny errors or mistakes or creative opportunities or whatever you want to call them. And you're just gonna be happy with it and say, you know what, it's handmade by me, and that's the way I like it. I think that that's what doodling is really all about. Now I want to show you something, which is, I like a kind of messy, I don't want to call it messy. Let's call it a more artistic, scratchy look. So sometimes with my pen, when I'm coloring in an area, instead of going nice and slow to really get the color to lay down, I'll go really fast and scribbly like this. And what you'll see here is some of the black cardstock will show through. And I think that's really cool and adds some visual texture. But again, if you want a smoother look, all you do is you go nice and slow, take your time, breathe in. You can listen to the radio, watch TV, talk on the phone, whatever you'd like, and just let the ink flow and let it go across the page like that. And you know, the other thing is, don't worry too much about the color choices, because this is meant to be fun and easy, and you just kind of play with it, repeating and repeating and repeating. So once you've filled your entire surface, all you're going to do is you're going to cut this out. And here's the great thing about the fact that these lines are not straight, is you do not have to cut well at all. You're just going to hack, hack, hack away at it so that's generally the shape. And that black cardstock is simply going to disappear. And when it gets to the middle, I'm just going to poke right through aggressively. And I'm going to sort of generally cut out the center area quickly, easily, not worrying at all about whether it's on the line, over the line, or anything like that. Okay? And then I'm simply going to tuck my photo behind it. And you can see how I'll have a finished magnet. So let's go up to some of these magnets that are already done. You can see here that I did a scalloped edge on that, both on the outside and on the inside. And then here, this is a die cut, which is really pretty, and I just doodled some leaves right on the inside, and there's that lots of leaves. This is like a little sea scene. You can see like a day at the beach with the ocean and the sun, and then a lot of intense doodling. So I added a magnet to the back of these to make them stick to a metal surface, but you could certainly use them on a card or a layout or anything like that. We'll be right back.